So, what would your life be like with only 100 possessions? A lot of things are coming up now because Black Friday and the holidays are coming around. This is the time to swipe that credit card and go straight into debt willingly. So, a lot of people are into the consumer mode right now. Many things I've noticed is the more stuff that you have, the more up in your head going crazy is trying to keep track of where it's at, how much you spent. I mean, a lot of the stuff you even get for the holidays, you're like, wow, this is nice. And you just say it just to be polite. People spent the money, went out of their way to try and get you a gift. So here's how it is most people in today's society are built to be consumers. The commercials are just telling you, buy, buy, buy. Don't even think about it. This is a great deal. You need this or your life will be unfulfilled. What I've seen now getting older, try to get rid of stuff. 100 possessions, if you think about all the things you own, a car, a phone, your TV, these are all things that could be just basic things that are in your day-to-day life. Since if you really look at the mental health that all this clutter in the like desk in your house brings to you every day when you wake up, it's just like it feels like a snake going around you, squeezing, thinking, I can't get out of this. That's why people need to get rid of stuff. Stop buying so much junk that you don't need just because that little dopamine hit once you buy some like new pair of shoes or some clothes. Really, I mean, if you look back at all the stuff that has been purchased out of impulse, how much of it really brought long lasting joy? Zero. So, where is the part where consumerism has brought joy into your life in the long run? And that's what I'm trying to bring it to. Nobody goes out to these stores thinking, my life is going to be so much better once I get this. I mean, figuring out also why it is that you're inclined to say, well, I need to bring more stuff into my life as if it's a game of Monopoly. So where in the like daily tasks can you say, okay, if I didn't have this stuff, I wouldn't have to even worry about, cleaning the pool, doing all this stuff. These are just more things that's why people downsize so they have less stuff they have to deal with in the house. I like being in a condo since a lot of the responsibilities when you were living in a house, having to have the lawnmower, and I lived in the Midwest where there was different seasons. So you had multiple different equipment pieces. You had the lawnmower, snow blower, shovel. The condo living's great. All that stuff is taken care of for you. So that's another thing in decluttering the life of how you have to take care of stuff in the daily space of your responsibilities. Now that the holiday time, like I said, was coming around, many people willingly go into debt with their credit cards, saying that I need to be able to provide for my kids or whatever it is with these gifts, or their Christmas or holidays will be ruined. I don't even think that would be a true statement. Even if I was a kid and didn't get any toys and whatnot, I just liked having it where we were hanging out with family. That's a huge thing is the family bond. Some people don't even have the family and would rather have that over any gift that they'd get. So take a look at your closet. If you have all these clothes, what is it that you need in there that's like, been in there 15, 20 years maybe, saying like, hey, do I need this shirt? No, get rid of it. And if you need to buy new stuff, make it for like business or things that will actually be making you money, not just like, oh my God, this is a cool t-shirt, and then throw it in the back of the closet after you spent, 25, 35 bucks on it, and putting all these receipts on the desk saying, I'm going to need this. It's like, you're not going to be getting audited. Get a scanning machine, scan it all in, keep it on a file, throw the receipts away, or just be getting e-receipts as much as you can. So, find out why you're keeping this stuff. Many of the things that you say, I'm going to need this, little cable wire or something in 20 years, you shove a bunch of wires in this box and put it in a junk drawer. never has it ever been used. And all it does is just whenever you try to use that drawer to find something else, you get these wires, and it's like, oh my God. And we don't need this in our life anymore. Technology has made things complicated enough with all the stuff that we're having to digest on a daily basis. Make it easier for yourself. Think, okay, well, if I have to get rid of some stuff, it's not me losing, it's more gaining, since the mental clarity will be coming to you to say, hey, I didn't need any of that junk. And it's like taking handcuffs off of you to say, wow, you feel free. No more of this having to think, what do I need to do to keep this around me and my possessions, to just keep on hoarding stuff, saying, I need this, I need this, I need this. Live with 100 possessions. Keep yourself simple. Don't have it where it's like every single time you go to the store, you impulse buy. No. Take a second guess. And if it is an impulse buy, sometimes say you're at a Walmart and you think, oh man, that looks really cool. Go do some other shopping and see if when you come back around to that section, that impulse that you had before is still there to say, oh, I really need that. Because sometimes you might go back there, look at it, you go, I don't think this is going to add to anything in my life here. It's just going to go in the garage. Sometimes even unopened. You buy stuff, just like clothes, you leave the tags on, never even wore any of the stuff. Just taking up space. Especially nowadays, there's so many things that are in your closet that I guarantee could be cleaned out immediately. There's no way that all that stuff is necessary for daily operations in the lives of many people. That look all around what you have stuffed in your closets. Take it out, do an audit on yourself, and say, why did I even keep this stuff? You know, uh, no more of this. Hey, just in case. Just in case would be some stuff that maybe is like band-aids. I mean, I even use that much. Some a couple of first aid kit. That might be something you need, is a first aid kit. But having a bunch of like pins that you got from some kind of festival thrown in a box, get rid of it. There's no need. Give it to some kids. Maybe they'll want to wear it. Let them deal with that junk. That's the biggest thing that a lot of people don't even notice. When a family member, a loved one, or whoever is passing away, all that stuff in their life, you are now responsible for having to allocate it. That's why you want to have it nowadays where when you make friends with people when you get older, don't make friends with people that have a bunch of knickknacks all around the house and stuff like that, because, if you're a good friend of theirs, they pass away, well, you'll probably have it where that's something you'll have to do. Figuring out how to get rid of the stuff, distribute it. You want to make a garage sale. Now it's just like, hey, do you want this junk and pay me $1 for it? It's like, it's not even worth the mental anguish dealing with this kind of stuff. So don't feel bad that now that the holidays are coming, you may not have it where you're going to be buying as much as maybe years past. Figure, do I really need to purchase this? Because it's like, what are you trying to gain out of it to be buying gifts for people? Is it that you need validation? What is it? So the debts that people put themselves into willingly to be consuming stuff is, to me, mind-boggling, especially now with the way that prices are, that people are like, it'll work itself out. Many people do the buy now, pay later stuff. That is for so many people with financial just illiteracy, thinking, oh, I'm not going to feel the pain right now of it coming as a transaction on my account. It's going to be 6 months or a year down the line. When these people pay maybe at the end of it double, triple, quadruple of whatever the stuff is actually worth if you actually paid for it up front. Don't get caught in that trap. These are small things that people just do all the time, and it's like death by 1,000 cuts. Cut down what you own. Keep it with the phone, the car, TV, computer. and just start eliminating. Have it where on a weekend or someday if your day off, just go full force. I know it might not even be comfortable since you even have it where it's like, I have organized chaos for whatever that means, saying, I know where all this stuff's at. Of course, that could be true, is that there could be 1,000 papers all over the floor, and you know where that one paper that you always need to purchase or find. Okay, well, that doesn't make the difference of saying, does that really have it where it's conducive to your life to have all this junk laying everywhere? If you don't need it, shred it. If it's personal information, and then recycle it. Start getting rid of stuff. You don't need receipts from 5 years ago that are just hanging around under your desk. Get rid of it. Figure it out. The better that you are at not consuming and just being alive, having gratitude for what you own, so many things will be more simple in your life. Everything now will be more of a gratitude to say, wow, I'm so happy that I have this in my life. Instead of saying, oh, I need more, 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 more. You're never going to be satisfied because there'll be a new something every single day. Figure out what you have, say, I am so happy for this. Maybe you want an upgrade of that and get rid of the other thing. I'm just like a phone. You're constantly upgrading it, but don't keep acquiring stuff just to say, hey, I have more stuff. That's like a back in the day kind of thing when you walked into somebody's house and you go, oh my God, dude, look at all this stuff. It's not worth it anymore. You walk in, you're like, oh my God, this, look at all this stuff. The tone's completely different. It's like, oh my God, how did you even get all this? Where are you buying this stuff? eBay, Amazon, But what I want you to do as a listener here, put in the comments section below, what are some of the things or one thing that you got rid of and said, yep, that made a difference. I just took the leap, started having it where the minimization process of possessions started to happen, and maybe you got rid of a old stereo, whatever it is. I mean, you're not playing records anymore for the most part, unless you're buying 1,000 records right now on Amazon, and that's maybe you're in the music business or something like that. For whatever reason, I don't know, nostalgia, keep your record player. But if it's something they're collecting dust, taking all these spaces with 4 or 5 different pieces of equipment there in your stereo, get the money, get rid of it, move on, and now you got new space. Not for more stuff, but it's like relax, But just comment there down below. What was the stuff that was what you had to get rid of to make your life just a little bit better? So, all right, guys, have a good one.